Hey guys, Nessie here, and welcome to my channel. Before I get into all of that, this is going to be a video on the final verdict for the June, July items that we talked about last time. And I know some of you are looking at my face. I thought that I would multitask today. The day I'm shooting is usually when I do my mask and different kind of treatments, things that need to sit on. So I thought, hey, let's multitask while we talk about these other items. If you're curious about the mask I have on the Glam Glow Super Mud, the clarifying one. Focus. And as you know, if you've used this before, it looks about like that. I put it on with a foundation brush, and you are supposed to let this sit on your face for 5 to 20 minutes. And when it dries, it gets kind of gray. And before I put on that, I used the Origin Maskamizer, which is supposed to be like the pre. But that doesn't have anything to do with our verdict today. So this is the final verdict. Had about a month to try all these products. Had 6 products, and of course you know the rules that I go by when we do them. 1, did the product do what it said it was gonna do? 2, is it worth the price? 3, did you like the smell or texture of the product? And 4, would you repurchase? Very simple, and that is pretty much the guidelines of anything you should be going by. And also, before we get into this, remember to thumbs up, subscribe, turn on your notifications, all that. Comment of this video, and also in the comments let me know what you guys want to see in the future. Okay, so I got my handy dandy basket with this. The thing that I will start with that is actually, I don't have it anymore. I actually gave it to somebody else, but that shouldn't be any. I'll insert a picture over here while I'm talking about it, and that is going to be the NYX Angel Veil Primer. I'll just go by the guidelines. Did the product do what it said it was gonna do? Yes, I think it's a pretty adequate primer, but I have other primers, so I just gave it away to a friend. Is it worth the price? I did think that it's roughly about $16. I did think that that's a little pricey for a drugstore brand of primer, but as far as drugstore veil versions of primers go, it's pretty good. Of course, it's not as good as what it says its dupe is supposed to be, the Hourglass primer, which I'll also insert a picture of it over here too. And but that's like $60 for a primer. So before it to be a drugstore, I feel like it's pretty adequate. It pretty much did what it says it's gonna do. It does give you a nice smooth canvas, which is the point of primers anyway. Did I like the smell and texture? It was fine. It does leave a purple cast, but primer's gonna nick your makeup, so that's not a big deal. I would not wear it on its own if you are a nice brown girl like me. And even if you're not, because the cast is kind of purple, so that might look a little odd. But I guess it does depend on your skin tone, how that shows up. So I don't know if I have any of my paler followers or people just checking out this video. You can tell me how that works for you if you ever try to use this on its own. It does mattify, so I could see people wearing it on its own if you don't want to have a bunch of makeup on. Would I repurchase? Yeah. It's fine for what it is, but like I said, there's just other primers that I like better, and for the price, I feel like if I have enough coupons or if I shop right, I can get one that I really love. And it was fine. I had no issues with it. I just have other primers that I like better, ones that are high end and ones that I know that are going to do the job without any other kind of issue. But as far as pretty adequate, it's one of the best drugstore, and it's better than a lot of even high end, depending on what you want to do. It did do what it said it's gonna do, so I give it a thumbs up. I thought it was fab. Okay, next of things I actually do have that I didn't give away like a dodo bird, it would be like the next I'm gonna do the Too Faced Melted Matte in Evil Twin. And of course, I'll go ahead and swatch that for you. So as you can see, it's that kind of dark, purpley, brown kind of, but when you put it on, it looks kind of black. It's one of those colors. As far as, did it do what it says it's gonna do? As far as a liquid lipstick goes, I like this formula. It did not dry and suck the soul out of my lips like a lot of you know, liquid lipsticks do. So I do like that. It didn't transfer as much, but you do have to remember to, like with any liquid lipstick, let it dry all the way down. And that took a little longer, but that didn't bother me as much. I also don't mind too much with liquid mattes if they are not completely dry, but they can, there are some like the Black Moon, I don't feel like it completely dries down, but it is pretty long lasting, so it takes a lot. I actually had to physically remove it to get it off of my lips, and that's the same way with this. And of course it's gonna break up with when you eat, because most of the things that you eat have some form of oil in it. So, you know, that's that. Alright, is it worth the price? It's pretty much on par with most high-end liquid lipsticks. It's $21. I got it on sale. I would tell you to do the same. They carry this in Sephora and in Ulta, and of course on Too Faced's website. And as far as smells goes, I'm trying to smell it now, but I didn't recall it having any smell. It doesn't really smell like anything, and it's not just because of this mask that smells kind of minty. This doesn't smell like anything, so that's good to me. Texture, like I said, was it went on smooth. I did really like it. Would I repurchase? Yes, I actually really like this, but I'm not in looking for too much liquid mattes anymore. I pretty much have all the colors I want, but they always come out with some new ones. I'm not into a bunch of crazy colors. I don't need a bunch of nudes. Although, you know, if you want to give your girl a nude version of this, I will accept. It is nice. I would definitely recommend it. It is fab. All right. Next thing, the Black Moon Cosmetics Cosmic Eye Dust in Cosmos. Yes, Cosmos. And I'll go ahead and swatch this again for you. See, did it do what it said it was gonna do? Yes. And I will, okay, I finally see it being a little duochrome. And I will say that when you put it on, it just looks like a darker purple. So there's that, but it is actually that I'm looking at it in this light, but even when I show it to you on camera, it just looks purple. So maybe I'll have to see if I can insert and it'll look better. But I've tried this in different lights and tried to capture it in different, anyway I try to capture it on camera, it has always just looked dark purple. But it's beautiful. It goes on smooth, it does dry down. Like I said, much like the liquid mattes, you do have to wait for this to dry down to get the full effect. When it dries down, it doesn't budge. You have to physically remove it. Was it worth the price? Yeah, it's pretty much the same as most liquid eyeshadows. Of course, you can find cheaper ones, but this was nice. It did not crease, so I thought it was worth the price, and that's about standard on this. And I will insert the price, which I can't turn out now, but I remember it not being too much of a price difference. I want to say it was $19. And yeah, do I like the smell slash texture of this? Yeah, it too didn't really smell like anything. It doesn't really transfer. Like I said, you do have to wait till it dries down. Texture wise, I did like that the glitter is not, okay, you can kind of see the green when I tilt it back that way. Okay, texture wise, it did not it's not chunky glitter like some of the ones from Stila. I'll pick this one up because it's right at hand. The Magnificent Metals is, and I'm gonna do a this or that with that with this. But even it's hard to even compare it to all of them, because even with like the Stila has different textures. These are all pretty much the same textures, and I do like that the glitter is finely milled, so it does give you like a nice together, it looks more shimmery than glittery when you put it on, and since it's finely milled, it does not feel heavy on the eye. Would I repurchase? Yes, I would just want them to come out with some more colors, something I maybe don't have. I looked at the green, but then I was like, I have the green and all that. I have a lot of makeup, so I'm trying to shop smart. So just keep that in mind, but I would definitely recommend that. They do sell these as a set. It's about 4 colors, 4 or 5, and you can buy them as a set on Black Moon's website. But this is a fab. I do like these. All right, next thing is from Suva Beauty, and it is their Hydra liner, and I have it in the color Scrunchie. And did it do what it says it's going to do? Yes, it is long lasting. It is, and it doesn't budge once again when it dries down. And this is their highlighter, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do my Fix Plus and give you guys a swatch. So you just need to do that, spray a little water in it to activate it, and that's what it looks like. Super duper pigmented, great for the summer. When you actually do spray the water in it or put a drop or whatever you do, I just use this because this is usually what I'm doing when I'm doing my makeup. And you need to make sure that you let it dry. You can make it as intense or as light as you want to, but that's on you based on how you control your water. And in between uses, you do need to leave it off and let it dry so you don't get kind of bacteria situations going on. But this is great. If you are MUA, I would put this in my kit. This was also made by professional makeup artists, so that's really nice. And like I said, they dry down matte, even though they have like some shimmery versions too. Like I have a rose gold one that is shimmery, but most of these, most of them are matte. There's no like glitter version either, so keep that in mind. Is it worth the price? Yes. I feel like it is going to take you, it definitely does what it says it's going to do. It's going to take you forever to go through this, because like, look at how much color payoff that is, and I just sprayed that one little bit of water. I didn't even wet the whole top surface, and I got that much color payoff. So just imagine what you're gonna do when you actually use it. It's gonna take you forever to get through it, so it's worth the price. I'll insert the price. I paid $8 for it. It's more than that, but I'll insert the regular prices as I usually do. Did I like the smell and texture? Once again, there is not really a smell. No, and what I'm smelling is my Fix Plus, and that just smells like, you know, water and aloe kind of situation. Texture, I do like it. I like that it dries down matte. And like I said, see, that's completely dry, will not budge once you use it. Would I repurchase? Yes, in fact I have several colors from them. They move pretty quickly, but these are some other ones that I have. I have the one in Greece, which is black. I have Queen Snow, which is a light blue. And I have Space Panda, which is a white matte. And just for, especially on dark skinned girls and just anybody, these really show up really nice. So I would definitely recommend that. These are definitely fab. That's one of my, you know, this one is some of my favorite products, I will say. Next thing up is this Andalou Naturals Illuminating Clementine Plus Vitamin C Toner. I think I showed you the box last time. That's how it looks. It's a spray toner, just like a light mist. Okay, and I paid $9 for this. This is normally $13. You can purchase this at Whole Foods or on their website, or you can get them on Amazon, etc. Okay. Did the product do what it says it's going to do? Yes, I did. And it's also brightening is supposed to be the main one. So I actually use this as part of my nighttime routine because in the daytime, since I'm going to be out and about, I'm usually looking for something that will kind of mattify. Yeah, or just kind of dial back that oil, especially now that we're in the summer months. So it did do what it says it's gonna do. I do think it does make my skin look kind of luminous, and it's even and nice and kind of glowy, so I do like that. I will say that unlike normal toners, it does not dry out your skin. In fact, it doesn't have any real drying effect. I don't know if that's because of the kind of toner it is, because it's brightening, or because it's a spray form. I don't feel like it doesn't dry it up, but that's fine, because like I said, I'm using it at night. And even though I'm trying to get matte or just trying to not be overly greasy, I don't have to look completely free of oil. So there's that. Is it worth the price? Yeah, this is pretty cheap as far as toners go, even when it's its full price. And I got it on sale, so I thought this is a good buy. They have a whole line with different skin issues, and you can find it, you know, at your Whole Foods or any natural health food store probably sells it too, or it's probably just easy to get it off Amazon. But Whole Foods had it on sale, so that was just a look of the draw. The smell actually smells really good. It smells like oranges, which basically that's what a Clementine is. Wood, and the texture, it's a spray mist. It's really nice at night. Would I repurchase this? Definitely, but like I said, I would not, if you are an oily girl, I would not wear this during the day because it's not gonna do anything to help with the oil reproduction on your face. If you are dry, I don't know if this is going, it didn't really seem like it gave moisture, but it didn't dial anything back. Although aloe vera is in part of the ingredients, so yeah. And just shake it, but that's very nice at night. I put this on with my UFO ultra clarifying face oil from Sunday Riley. A few drops of that. That's usually my routine. Something that doesn't strip all the moisture out of my face, because you know, if I'm going to sleep, I can just be greasy. That's fine. All right, and finally, the Makeup Meltdown makeup remover oil cleansing sticks from Urban Decay. It is the one that you just rub on your face and then you wet your hands and it goes. Okay, now I'm gonna let you guys know, gross, but you rub it directly on your face. And even I had to kind of clean it up in between, so that's the only drawback. But that would be the issue with anything. That doesn't really have anything to say about how you use it as a cleanser. But yeah, just FYI, it looks gross. And you get a nice amount of product. You get almost 2 full ounces, but it's a stick, and it's basically like putting chapstick all over your face. And it does really break down the oil, the makeup, so I definitely like that. And it's gonna take a minute to use it up. Okay, did the product do what it says it's gonna do? Yes, this is one of the better. I've never used an oil cleansing stick before. I like that I don't have to dig out the jar, so I would liken this into a balm, makeup removing balm on a stick. So I did like that. But I will let you guys know, I use this over my eyes, and oh my goodness, the fires of all 7 hells. It's what my eyes felt like. Do not do that. And you know that, oh, I felt like that buffalo that's on American Gods, just fire. It was terrible, but it did remove all my eye makeup, and even the stuff that is kind of red and might leave a stain, so keep that in mind. Is it worth the price? It is a little pricey, but then again, I was inserted, and they did, and it does last. It's gonna last you a nice length of time, so keep that in mind. It did what it was gonna say it does, so I think it's worth it. But also, this is one of the things I would tell you to get with a coupon. That's it. Did I like the texture? I did like the texture. The smell it smells like grease. I don't know, but not like old grease. And there's like something in there that smells a little refreshing. Maybe it's like I can't decide if it's like a cucumber or just like a clean water smell. It's nice. Would I repurchase it? I would. I wouldn't be in a rush to repurchase because there's just certain things that I want to try again. I'm always looking for a new balm. I know which ones work, and I would definitely add this to the collection of stuff that works. Okay, so that's everything. I know I might have talked fast. I know that I'm rambling for this Fab Fail. I don't think I have any fails, so this is definitely 4 stars across the board, or 5, whatever we said we was gonna do. You know, I like everything in here. I would recommend everything in here. You just have to know what it does, and I will say that all of the products did what they said they were gonna do. So that's it. Hope you guys like this. Hope this was informative. Let me know if there's any products you want to see up, and I'm gonna try to take this mask on my face. And remember that next we love you. So bye. And then you just need some deep penetrating on it.